It's your boy Salim from Notorious S back with another video. Baby. Look, I found myself wondering, why is it that self-improvement has skyrocketed in fame and in popularity over the past 2, 3, 4 years? Look, I've already talked about it, and I think it's multi-layered, right? I think a lot of guys feel lonely. A lot of guys feel like they're not recognized, acknowledged. They feel unimportant. And self-improvement gives you access to a community that acknowledges you, first of all, right? That you feel unison with, because you guys are going towards the same direction. You're working towards getting better. But another thing I think really makes it so appealing to a wide array of a lot of people, it doesn't even have to be only men, which is, in this case, it's mainly men that practice self-improvement, but women as well, is because we have this thing, I think. And it's the same reason why I think religion has been so successful and so popular throughout history, is we need to have a focus. We need to have something to box in the dark part of who we are as a society, as a creature, as a human being. We have the duality between the good parts of us and the bad parts of us. And we need a conduit to kind of contain that negativity, the potential to be bad. And the way that I see religion and organized groups where we gather around a certain ideology, that, a certain way that we have to behave, is this made to contain the dark parts of people. Because without that, we would revolve back to the times when we used to murk one another in the streets. We used to go to war, right? Take ownership of other people, of lands and shit, and we used to really do bad things. Given, let's be honest, it's not always good and it's not perfect, organized religion, and I'm not going to get into that because that's not the topic, but I understand why it was needed, or it was so successful. You look at every superhero archetype, every character that you know, Harry Potter, I don't even know, from our anime guys, Naruto, and all, Dragon Ball Z. What do they all have in common? Meliodas from the Seven Deadly Sins. They all are they're nice guys. They embody the best out of the human experience, but also have the potential to delve into, to dive into darkness and become Ozaru, become the big ape, become the demon of the nine tails, become the son of the devil. And they constantly strive to control and to gain mastery over the dark side, which is also useful at times, but is not the most important part. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's being recreated through self-improvement. We've had a lot of other philosophies through the times, which is such as Stoicism and all these things. And it's the same process. It's gaining mastery over the dark sides of ourselves so we can become the best version of ourselves. But it could be anything from addiction to pornography, right? The absence of physical activity, developing our minds to think and articulate our thoughts better, developing new skills, and constantly over the years, right, step by step, keep a hold on that part that we always try to repress, the dark thoughts that we have, right? The desire to act, the want to act on impulses. And I've had that, and I can't, like, there's so many times where I just really wanted to do what I wanted to do, let my body take over, let my just animalistic side take over, and it's been so hard to fight it. But I think, if I'm going to be honest, that's that thing that's that call that self-improvement answers. That's that need, that's that gap that it fills, and it helps young men who are, without that, pretty lost. But it gives them direction. It gives them an alternative to just indulging into the easy and accessible pleasures that are available to them. And it doesn't just have to do with access to porn, or just instant gratification through food, right? Being overweight, choosing the easy way, which is just to spend all their time playing video games, but choosing a day-to-day life that's going to challenge them to become better. Why would you schedule your whole week out? Why would you choose the right type of foods to eat, work out consistently, reward yourself maybe on a once to twice a week basis, right? Why would you choose to delay the gratification, maybe put the PS4, PS5, Xbox One aside, and decide to pick a book up, right? Decide to work on your hygiene, on what you look like, to add consistency to the appearance make the whole package good, because it's hard. And I was thinking about, why choose an easy existence if you can have a hard existence, if you can have an easy existence, because why not? Because we're going to die anyways. And wouldn't you like to think, or wouldn't you like to know that you gave it your all? That instead of playing on the medium to low level, like most people go through their lives doing, you decided to, you know what? I want to know that once I'm old and I wither away, I just want to reflect back, reminisce back on my life and know that I gave it my all. I wanted to have the assurance. And yes, it's a stroke of the ego, right? To make yourself feel important because you want to be acknowledged, you want to matter to the world. And the way that you do that is you have to set yourself apart from the masses and live a hard life, a hard experience. But why not? Well, how sad is it that you would do the same thing over and over again and be as a victim of circumstances and say that everything that happens is not your fault? It's much more thrilling to feel that you have some kind of control over the circumstances. Not that you know what's going to happen, but that your hard work, your consistency, and your dedication to living on a high level of life is going to be rewarded. And it's a reward in itself, right? But to me, that's what it embodies. That's why it's so popular, and that's why it's going to keep rising, because so many things seem to be unattainable to us as young men. The money is not there. The success with the opposite sex is not there. The community is withering away because everybody's far from one another, but we have something that's within reach because it only requires us and our mind, right? And that's all I wanted to share with you, man. If you like my content, subscribe, share, and like the video. You know why? Simply because it's free. And I'm going to see you next time. Peace. Oh, damn.